Alright guys, welcome back. So the next step will be setting up textures. I'm gonna grab my two geometries, Arish and Bao Geo. Those two are supposed to be having colors. So let me go File, Export, Selections as the eyeball. I'm gonna put that on the desktop. That's easier to grab. And I'm gonna use Mari to do some texturing on it, but you can use any other package that you're familiar with. Some of the textures I gathered for the texturing purposes are this one here. You can search for Ivan's texture. The first one is pretty good actually. You can use that as the resource. Let me open my character detailing model here so that I can use that as a reference to see where the eyeball is. And I'm gonna go objects and add object to load my object here. It's gonna be on my desktop. Eyeballs and open, and it will ask you, do you want to merge them? Of course not, so no and okay. Now I have two models imported. I should be able to see them there, and because I have took the geometry, it's different, but you know, I can still have a good idea of where it is. Let me grab my eyeball geo, this one, and create a new channel for it. I'm gonna call it eyeball color, and click on eyeball geo only. Just gonna give it a channel to work on. And I have layers here, right? My base layer is just like that. Alright, let me go to front view and zoom in to there and drag in my image that I downloaded from Google search. That's the image, and I'm gonna just match it to, you know, where the eyeball is. I want to have perfect alignment of those vents and the corner of the mouse, the eye, right? But when if I project that now, if I project it now, right, it will be there. But the problem is, if I had my model, it's actually not being projected to the other edges, which is not cool, right? So that's why I'm gonna Control Z, go back before I project it. Cannot see stuff anymore. Don't know why this guy is not reading the proper color. Let me hold in an I and current channel. The object is I think it's gonna just view the layer I'm using on every object, which is kind of stupid. But anyway, so I'm gonna again use that image. It's gonna be now underneath image manager. Go all the way down. That's my guy here. So I'm gonna match it there, right? That's okay. And I'm gonna hide my model of the geometry of the body geometry so that I can actually project it this way. Okay, pick it, and then reverse the body with UV tile geometry so that I can see the body again and go back to the other side. And also do some projection from here. I guess that's a good spot. Let me project there. Okay. Now before I project, let me use Erase to blend those parts, and then B again to project it. Okay. Now turn that back one more time, and I need the top ones, right? So press U to go back and just project this part. That doesn't really bother me too much, so maybe a little bit of that. I don't want the top to have too much, just that maybe. Again, press the Erase button to blend the edges, and B again. Alright, so that's the eyeball base texture, right? And that's actually what I'm gonna leave with. I don't need to do anything to the middle because it's gonna be transparent anyways. So let me right click on the base and export flatten, export all layers flattened. And I'm gonna put it to, I think it's gonna be here, texturing and rendering, Maya project, new project. I was using the new project, and source images, right? I'm gonna call this one eyeball base color and export all patches. I have only one patch, so that doesn't really matter. Okay, so that's the eyeball image. For the iris, I downloaded another image. It's also very easy to find. Just search for iris textures, and the one I use will be go down. I think I was using this one, a very dark background with a lot of detail in the middle. But you can choose any one you wanted to use. It's all up to you to create. Anyway. Alright, so let me drag in my image here. Right, it's like this. Oh, I'm also gonna switch back to the Iris Geo and have the others and clear the canvas. Okay. And zoom in to that. And this one is probably the easiest texturing that you need to do. Let me just zoom in real close. And I need another channel for it, so a new channel. I'm gonna call this guy Irish color. Okay. I just need to drag, make it go there and project and make it bigger to the edge, and just project again. Here, make sure that I'm covering the edge, and I can use my brush, slurp brush, right, just to push those inwards, just to cover more in the middle, if that's possible. And I can tweak their positioning. So this is very easy. Just project that and just do some tweaking, and that's it. So you only need one projection in this case. I don't want it to go all the way in because I know that I'm blurring, right? I'm blending out, so this part doesn't really matter. As long as you have the middle part all properly projected, and you should be good to go. Let me press B button to project it, and Ctrl-Shift-C to clear my graph. Alright. I don't have to worry about what's happening on the edge either, because they're never going to be seen. Let me right click and export our layers flattened. That's going to be my Irish base color, and export our patches. Alright, now let's go back to Maya and let's apply those textures. So the eyeball texture, right, this guy. Let me go load from the color and use file, and the image will be the eyeball color. Oh, not that one. This one. This is the one I created. Open that. Okay, and you can see a little bit of there, but it's really blurry. That's because you're using the subsurface scattering, and because of that you have to drag that also to subsurface color. So now it looks more visible. And that should be it for applying the texture, color texturing part. Let's take a render and see how that looks like. You can see now I have the veins being applied around the eyeball. Now we will take more stuff later on, but for now let's just apply the texture in Maya. Okay, so that's the veins. Let me stop the render. And also my iris, right, just load the texture the same way. File, and load the file texture, which is going to be this guy, I believe. Right, it's there. And let's do one more render just to take a look at how they looks like when they're combined. Oh, forget to connect that also to the subsurface scattering, because it's also being controlled there. Right, let's do another render. Alright, now I can see a lot of detail here, and it feels more like a real eye now because of the texture that we are you know, gathering in there. Okay, so that's gonna be the it for the texturing part. In the next tutorial, we're gonna do some more fine tune of the eye texture, maybe some bumpiness and things like that. So see you next time.